Hey, what's going on, guys? MidniQ77B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2000. It's episode number 63 today for the second season of the UAW GM Quality 500 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, or Lowe's, whatever you want to say it. Immediately, as you can tell, we have a brand new scheme, but of course, it's just an inversion. Unfortunately, this second version of Charlotte is not nighttime, it's daytime still. It's not like Thunder 04 where it actually changed it to a night race, so that's a bit unfortunate there. So it's going to be a bit of a weirdness of the sun. Anyway, I don't even think that we even have any night races left. No, we don't. We literally do not have a single night race left. Like, literally the last one was this one. Like, there's no, like, this is a day race, day race, day race, day race, day race, and day race. I mean, that's kind of sad, really. So where are we at in the point standings? No, I didn't change this graphic yet. We're 15th in the standings, and Rusty Wallace leads the championship by 24 points. But Tony Stewart's not that far behind, and Dale Earnhardt Sr. has actually gotten his way up a little bit as well. Really nice to see there. It's soon to be maybe a 4-car dogfight. Anything could happen in those few races anyway. Immediately we got a new R&D ready to roll, and we got to go finish the engine efficiency and whatever, because I literally don't have that much money to really do anything else, and I don't want to wait like 27 races for almost a whole season to do anything. So we're gonna get this done for 3 races, get the thing developed. No big deal. Either way, we're actually gonna be, well, I mean, we have a new engine already, but we're actually gonna sell one, meaning this one here. Sell that for $144,000, and we're gonna build another one within 2 races, 73.65. So that's gonna be nice. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing this whole strategy anyway. We really don't need to overhaul anything because everything's fine wise. I can't wait to test out our new engine though. That'd be great. Chassis wise, we're gonna have to build another one. 74, 74, 74, it's 66, which is pretty nice. Estimating about 66, which is really nice. So we're gonna immediately build this one. And unfortunately, we're not done yet. We have to overhaul at least one of these things. I choose to do not this one. We're gonna use that one still. We're gonna use overhaul this baby. And we don't have enough money to really do it. We have to wait 4 races. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to repair this one. We're gonna have to, like, as a backup option anyway, we're probably gonna have to repair this as a backup option. So, and just like that, we're out of money. We're gonna have to make a new engine for this, and we're gonna take out our new toy, 73 engine power. And we're liking this. Definitely gonna help us out in the straightaways for sure. 70 overall car rating, which is really, really nice. And now we got ourselves ready to go. $81,000. Let's head to Charlotte. All right, so Charlotte. Unfortunately, it's the daytime, so you really don't get to see much of the new paint scheme anyway. We only got 1 lap to decide our fate in the qualifying lineup, and already I overdrove it, just trying to get it flat out into 1 and 2 to get the most amount of time possible. Where we'll qualify, definitely not pole because it's 30.0. Let's see what the fates have in store for us here around this place. I think the last time we went here, it wasn't really that good. But let's see what it is for this time anyway. The time's going to be a 30... Alright, 30.4. That's fine. We start 13th. Our teammate starts on pole, though, but Tony Stewart qualifies 2nd. Oh, boy. That's going to be fun to watch.
Joe Moore and Barney Hall coming to you live from the Mecca of Motorsports, Lowe's Motor Speedway, for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the UAW GM Quality 500. Barney, this is a hometown crowd for a lot of these drivers.
About 80% of the teams are based in this area, and these fans are serious about their racing. Add to that an amazing facility with great seats all around and 43 NASCAR Winston Cup cars. We're in for an awesome race, I guarantee you that.
The Richmond International Raceway car has a remarkable qualifying average this year.
Oh yeah, and that makes it so much easier on race day also. When there isn't much traffic, it makes your race a lot less stressful as a driver.
Jeff Gordon will try to use this race to gain a couple spots in the points.
Yeah, he needs to focus on this race. A poor finish can quickly bounce you out of the top 10, but a win can gain you several positions, might even put you in the top 5. We'll see what happens.
We really haven't seen a good finish this season from the Tide Ford.
Well, his crew chief assured me this morning that they've got a fast car. Let's keep an eye on him and see how it goes.
For the land of the free and the home
So it's our teammate on pole here today at Charlotte. Ourselves starting in the middle of the pack. I don't even know where the other teammate is. Kenny Wall, somewhere back there. We have Mike Bliss and Norm Benning also being in this race. So nice to see a fellow Pennsylvania native once again. And we're underway here at Charlotte. 83 laps. Because it's a I would say about a 125-mile race. I would say. Or yeah, it would have to be somewhere close to that anyway. I'm not sure why it was 83 for the for that. Anyway, so we passed Dale Jarrett for the 11th spot. We're probably gonna get around Bliss at some point here, as long as we don't get tight and let the bottom open, which we did, because I only know how to drive this setup in clean air, not in dirty air like I have right in front of me. We need to get around this 27 car here. We need to have a little bit of a clean air going for us, and we will before turn 1, which is nice. I'm gonna have to let off a little bit here. And then we're inside the top 10. Good start so far. I'm not sure what our fate's going to be, though, in terms of, like, where we're going to fall back to as this race goes on, of course. I mean, you know how the AIR could get here. But so far, we're kind of keeping up on the straights. So far, anyway. We're not being a total roadblock, I don't feel, anyway. I already know Bobby Labonte's going to be one of those people that we're going to have to let go. I just remember my Coke 600 live stream about a couple months ago or so. And it was just me and Bobby Labonte, like, pulling away from the entire field. Labonte had, like, 12 seconds on me, and then all of a sudden his car despawned. And, I just happened to pull away at the very end of the race. Meanwhile, we got our other fellow Pennsylvania native, Jimmy Spencer, as well as Jerry Nadeau up here. So that could be 2 potential good spots for us as well. Kenny Irwin's just up the road as well. So we're going to use this what we have here. We're only 2.5 seconds back, so I mean we're not entirely helpless anyway on the straights. Definitely not a race-winning car, I don't feel, but definitely a chance for a good result today, and that's what really I'm looking for in this whole like new engine upgrade package. Well, I might not be able to live the end of the day. I was just about to cut off, but then Labonte just wanted to bully me and Jerry Nadeau there, but just go completely under the apron when he really shouldn't be. Not exactly. I don't know. I feel like my handling's just messed up a little bit. We're gonna have to make a change at some point in this race. Yeah, it's definitely not as turning as much as I hoped. I'm not sure what pit road adjustment I want to do because the tire pressures are at 22, I believe. Let's see, what is our pit option right now? It's 23, so we could just set this down to 22 later. I'm 50-50 right now if I want to make the wedge -1, but I'm gonna have to figure that out as the run goes on, I think. Yeah, definitely a lot of understeers, so I might have to change that. We're just outside the top 15 at the moment, so I'm hoping to get ourselves a little bit further up the field, maybe the second half of this run or something. So it happened again. Yeah, Johnny Benson I know is in 4th, but I never saw him in the pits at all. And like I said before, I told my story about Bobby Labonte despawning in my one live stream. That's exactly what happened. You don't see him in the pits anywhere. My spotter just told me I got around someone. I was wondering why the heck I was in 13th and not 14th, but there's my answer. I don't know what's going on. It's definitely not the mod, because that's also in Thunder 04 as well. And all the times it happens to be at Charlotte of all places. I don't know why that is. Yeah, it looks like I got some new friends in the form of Jeff Gordon and Bill Elliott as well. Yeah, I don't know where this car's handling's fallen off upon, but tires haven't worn out yet. That's what worries me the most. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to make I'm probably gonna have to make a drastic air pressure change or something, and maybe to make it a little bit looser from the wedge. Oh my goodness. Hello, Jeff. Hello. Oh. Jeff does not want to waste any time with me, it seems. I mean, if I haven't been as relevant in a career mode so far, I'd be that desperate to get up front myself. As we let him go, maybe we can just use him as a tow to help us figure out, give us down the straights a little bit here. After all, we are trying to work with the drafting for the next. No, wait, we already did just got the drafting. We're just building new chassis for it though. See what we can do about that, but I mean, we're gonna let Bill Elliott go by as well. I don't know, crew chief, to tell you the truth. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Whoa. Nothing's damaged on the car, but I definitely smacked the wall a little bit. So, yeah, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of changes that I'm going to make to the car. I'm going to increase the tire pressure and make that wedge to -1 for sure. Like, absolutely for sure at this point. I mean, I've been keeping up with Bill Elliott for the most part, but I think I just lost the draft now because I unfortunately smacked the wall pretty good on the right rear. Maybe that'll make the car looser. I'm not so sure. It's like it's unpredictable what it wants to do, really. I mean, I'm nowhere near anybody on the track, to tell you the truth. We kind of pulled away from everyone else, but just the two of us. But unfortunately, I think my car's handling is going to be suffering a little bit now, but even more because I smacked that wall. Even though there's nothing on the indicator says I have damage, I can already feel there's a little bit of a difference. Well, this is weird. We see pit cycle actually starting to happen. We're actually going to use Scott Pruitt as a pick because Bill Elliott can't get around him. Okay, that's another position gained. I mean, how long is it going to last? Probably not going to long. I mean, we're going to be pitting in about 6 laps anyway. I definitely need to come on in and get make these adjustments pretty quickly here. I mean, thanks for the hold up, I suppose. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last now, because I also see Steve Park behind us as well. And do keep in mind, that is actually one of the sponsorship objectives that we need to do. Well, no shit. We're on like 37 laps into a run. Of course I'm going to be off the pace. Okay, dumb thing. Ever since the rear tires got worn, I'm actually happy with the car now. Like... excuse me. That's what I think the next adjustment we need to do. And oh my god, I got a taste of my own medicine with the lapped car being in front. It went from like being unpredictable to being a lot more predictable to handle now. That's what I'm saying. I think the next thing I'm gonna have to do is make the thing looser. Tire pressure wise, I don't even know. I said 22, but I might make it higher than that, to tell you the truth. I'm not so sure at this point. Yeah, the times are falling because the times have fallen off. Yeah, the reason why we're like second off the pace is because, you know, the tire fall off. You know, that's just how it is in real life, really. I feel like they just put like the diamond grinders on this thing. You know, like how they did, like I think it was like what, 2005 or 06 in the Coke 600, where they used like a diamond grinder or whatever. It was I think it might have been the same year as the F1 disaster in 2005 as well. Okay, time to pit. Time to pit now. And now it's be a good time for me to come down pit road as well. Not cause a caution while I'm doing so, but okay. Yeah, make this looser. I might just make it like this. Yeah. I know I went against my judgment, but I think we're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to do something like that because I feel like my tires just died after like 5 laps or so. Jared just killed my crew member. That's a lawsuit, Jarrett. I blame Jared for that slow pit stop, by the way. All right, let's get back on track and see where we cycle out upon. All right, so that's Steve Park just ahead, but we cycled out behind him, and he has about like 1 or 2 laps fresher tires than us, and he's past Chad Little on the outside. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that sponsorship objective unless we can just get something out of him anyway. Car feels somewhat fine anyway. I mean, this whole tire pressure thing is just to try to last a little bit longer anyway. The wedge being -1 kind of helps a little bit in that regard. I think the damage on the right rear is definitely what's causing the handling to be a little bit iffy, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm still keeping up with Steve Park, which is what I'm looking for the most, so I can actually ride his coattail as long as I can. I'm just trying to make fast laps. However, it appears that I'm nowhere near as fast as him on the corners. He probably just ran like a 29 something. That's how fucking quick he is. Well, that's the leader, and here's Ward Burton as well. Well, we were fighting him, but I decided to say no. Yeah, I really don't want to get a lap down this race. I really don't. Could the yellow come out to play? That'd be nice. I don't want to be the one that causes one, but we haven't had a caution at Martinsville. That's kind of sad. I would be requesting one of your finest yellow flags. Seriously, this race has honestly been uneventful. Like, there's really hasn't been like that much to talk about. Like, we just been kind of like mostly by ourselves this entire race, really, it seems. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I'm cool just chilling anyway where I'm at. And we're not like 40th or whatever. We're just in the middle of the pack, and honestly, I'm okay with that. We're starting to become like, you know, legit midfield contenders like each and every race, it seems, as of late. I mean, yeah, we have Martinsville where we finished third, like legitimately third. And of course here we're in 17th, so, you know, definitely to some good progress here at least. I forget where we finished in the Coke 600. I don't think it was that good. Yup, I didn't realize Earnhardt was also fighting for the lead as well. We're holding up Tony Stewart, but we're also holding up thanks to Wally Dallenbach. I'm trying to stay on the lead lap so in case a caution does occur. I really want to stay on the lead lap. That's the thing. I want to stay on the lead lap. Because I feel like if a caution were to come out, I could get myself a top 10 finish. I just hope for a yellow to come out, which is not happening. And I'm going to keep Tony Stewart at bay as long as I can. I'm not going to give it up so easily. Seeing how I'm the last car in the lead lap at the moment, I'm going to fight for it. But unfortunately, my car got tight right there, so I'm going to say... Well, the answer was no, but... I mean, smoke has to be absolutely fucking livid right now. I would be too if I was him. Oh, Tony Stewart's back again, and this time not going to be able to defend, so we do officially go a lap down. Unfortunate. Well, we give and we took, so everything's all even again now. Man, that stinks, to tell you the truth. I really wanted to stay on the lead lap. I think our car just gave way at that point. Well, that's what happens when you try to fight so hard, I'm afraid. So we fall in the lap down. We're still at 17th. I'm trying to catch up to Dale Jr. really, but I feel like I'm just not there. I'm just gonna, I guess, be content with just running 17th the rest of the way. I'm not gonna hold up Jeff Burton or anything like that. I'm just gonna let him go on the outside here. I mean, I'm not the first car. You know, he's not the leader. I'm just gonna let him go. Oh, we have a smoker. That's Dale Jarrett. So that's another spot for us. That's nice. We get to finish almost in the top 15 today, it looks like. I mean, it's not over yet. We can still try to catch up to Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's looking a little slow right there, honest to goodness. I think I smell blood in the water, to tell you the truth. We could actually get ourselves a top 15 finish anyway today. I think I can smell blood a little bit. Rusty Walls is not really, like, gaining on us that much, to tell you the truth. I mean, he hasn't, like, many like, dastardly deeds to try to pass us or anything like that. We're just kind of like even on pace, to tell you the truth, but now he's starting to feel a little bit faster than us anyway. We're halfway on fuel, like 10 laps to go in the race. So we're gonna let the Miller Lite car go by because he's finally quicker than us. There you go. We're gonna stick by him and just use him as a draft to help us get up the junior. Set ourselves up for the next corner and be on our merry way. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely blood in the water. I'm gonna start pushing it a lot more. Oh boy. See, the thing is, I like my car. I like my car now. I definitely made the right call with the adjustments anyway. Oh yeah, there's definitely blood in the water here. We're gonna be gaining, making an attempt on the move on the inside. Can we take the 15th spot away from Little E? Can we clear him? Yes, we can. We are now in the top 15 of this race. How many cars are even on the lead lap? I can't even tell. I can only imagine this race being a 100% race. How many lead lap cars are going to be on there? Here comes Ricky Rudd. As I try to let Ricky Rudd go by, Dale Jr. thinks otherwise. No, don't do what I did. Ricky Rudd will pass us on the outside line. I can't even tell who else is first position because apparently it's none of these guys because Steve Park is the last car in the lead lap and he's all the way up there. So we're literally just fighting for 15th to close out this race. I think we can pull away from Dale Earnhardt Jr., but I don't think we're going to be able to get anything else. Even if a caution were to come out, it won't even benefit us at all because we're not even on the lead lap anymore. All right, the white flag is now out for the leaders. Unfortunately, we're going to be finishing a lap down, I think, for the first time in, I don't even know. I think it's like the first time in a few races we actually finish a lap down. We're the first car one lap down, which also kind of makes it a little bit sadder. We got ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. It looks like Ward Burton's finally got his way back up here, so I guess that's nice as well. But top 15 day. I'll gladly take it, to tell you the truth. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about our result here today. Just got to make sure we cross the finish line 15 first. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. Yeah, we come home with P15 today. I'm okay with it. Good run. Good day overall. I agree. Tony Stewart ends up winning. I don't know what the hell happened to Dale Sr., but 1, 2, 3 to championship fight, though.
Not a single caution lap was run in the whole race.
Whoa, that doesn't happen very often. It makes you pay a whole lot more for any mistakes. You don't have the cushion of yellow flags to get caught up.
The Richmond International Raceway car really did a fantastic job keeping his car away from trouble all race long.
Well, it's going to be a happy crew when they get back to the shop. They can immediately go to work on next week's car without having to worry about fixing anything from this race, and that makes for a much less stressful atmosphere.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Join us again for our next live broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing right here on the voice of NASCAR, MRN.
So Smoke ends up going into victory lane once again, actually. So that's very nice to see. After we caused a little bit of mayhem towards him anyway, just a tad. I mean, he's fine. He's in victory lane now. Who cares? It's all good, right? I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, top 15 run for us, though. I mean, I'm proud of it, but I really didn't want to finish a lap down. I was really secretly hoping for a caution to come out. That way we could have like a good late race charge anyway, but it just didn't work out for us. But, yeah, great day overall. I mean, the last two races have been definitely, well, not as eventful, but definitely, you know, better. I'm very happy with our run so far. I hope we keep it up in the next few races besides Talladega, which is coming up next. So, good win, Tony. Okay. We'll take that. We'll definitely, absolutely take that. Unfortunately, we were the first cars one lap down, but we'll definitely take it. So Tony Stewart ended up winning today. Jeff Burton and Rusty Wallace. Man, the championship fight. Top 3. Finished top 3 in the standings. Held even top 4, actually. Top 4 to finish in the top 4 in the race today. That's incredible. Run 5th. Labonte 6th. Jeff Gordon 7th. Marlon 8th. Mark Martin 9th. And our teammate, Joe Nemechek, ends up in the top 10. Solid run by Kenny Irwin, finishing 12th. Ourselves 15th. Yeah, it just felt good running in the front pretty much the entirety of that time. I didn't even know that we had some more people falling a lap down, like Bliss, Jarrett, Blaney as well. I know Benson was out. That was weird how he just despawned like that, but that's how it is. Well, here we are. The big money race for us, the EA Sports 500. This will determine, you know, we're going to give us a lot of money for going into the next few races or so. We have the Jackpot 5 in Talladega, and also this is our last race of the rules package that we have currently for the gear ratio stuff. I think that's what they're going to be trying to look for, because they're looking into the gear ratio, seeing how it's a little bit sussy how we're just still flying by like you know, past like 16 seconds or whatever, anyway, from us. So it's just something for them to look at anyway for us. Probably next season they're gonna have like a restriction on that anyway. Let's take a look at where we're at though. All right, so we fell to 16th. Joe Nemechek actually did re-overtake us, so it was short-lived for our little top of the enrichment food chain for us. Rusty Wallace's lead is shrinking to 19 points. It's Tony Stewart 34 points. This is incredible, this championship fight right here. I am super pumped to see how this goes, because this is what NASCAR should be. We all know that. Unfortunately, the newer, like the people that are like getting into the sport for the first time, they don't know the beauty of a natural point system like this. They just don't know the natural beauty of it. You don't need a Game 7 moment artificially. You can't create it artificially. I've been saying this to everyone, but yet some viewers just don't listen. They just don't understand because they don't actually know it. Hell, I grew up into NASCAR and I got hugely into it in 2004, so I didn't even get a chance to see this thing live because 2004 was the first of like the chase and all that stuff. I never really had a chance because I was too young to even understand it, right? I was too young. But now, you know, I'm older, I get to understand these things a lot more. Anyway, enough rambling. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, on this one. Thanks again for the 700 subscribers, and we'll see you at the next one at the EA Sports 500 at Talladega. See you guys next time.